This is a course I designed called Instant Improv. What we're going to do is we're going to take the minor pentatonic scale at the 5th fret in the key of A, and we're going to make music from those notes. Learn how to phrase to where every time you pick up the guitar, you are creating musical phrases, musical sentences. These notes are our words, and how we put those words together are sentences. So what we want to do is we want to learn a few techniques first, and then start working on making phrases and then adding these ideas, these techniques into the phrases. So here's the first idea. We're going to do slides. So what we want to do is, first of all, on the 2nd string, 5th fret, we're going to actually go to the 4th fret and slide up right into the 5th fret. So you can hear that little color outside the scale going into the scale. The second way to slide is what you want to do is slide from any point below the 5th fret into the 5th fret. Now you want to visually target the 5th fret 2nd string so that way you don't overshoot it or undershoot it. Another way we can do it is from above the note, just any point, grab it, and then slide it backwards into the note. We also can slide from within the scale, from the note at the 5th fret up to the next note in the scale and back. Also, what we can do is we can slide off of a note. So maybe you're ending a phrase or within your phrase and just slide off a note. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to take a grouping of notes, and we want to create a phrase that doesn't have any embellishments in it. And then we want to add these slides in it and get some variations on that phrase. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to give you the first phrase, which is 5-8 on the 2nd string, then 5-8-5 on the 1st string. So it sounds like this. Okay, so everything's pretty much about the same amount of time. You're not doing any slides, you're not doing any pull-offs or hammer-ons. It's just your basic, you're hitting every note just straight out. Now let's put a slide in there, maybe a half-step slide on the first note. Let's listen to this phrase a couple times. Now with the slide. Okay, let's also try a longer slide. Maybe we'll slide in long and then slide on the 1st string up and back to the note and then end on the phrase. So it's just a matter of creativity, sitting here and saying, okay, I have this little group of notes, I've got this idea, now how many ways can I change this phrase? We had several phrases just from that one original lick we came up with. The very first lick, we did a lot of variations. Now here's another technique you can get a lot of mileage of, and you can also, when you're listening to your favorite players, you're going to start recognizing what they're doing. Oh, he slid, or he held the note longer, or he pulled off, or he hammered on. So this next technique is actually, you're going to have some notes long and some notes short. So all of these notes are the same amount of time. So what we want to do is maybe we'll make the 2nd note long. And you hang on that note. All right, what if we add the slide to that? What if we add a slide at the end to that? So it really, you can just come up with lick after lick after lick, and this becomes to a point where you hear it in your head and it's just coming out. Now, we're limiting ourselves to 2 strings right now. Once we start opening up this one scale position, it really becomes really phenomenal, really fast. Then it can move to other positions. This carries over to every style. Another thing is, too, once you really get good at this, all of those DVDs that are sitting in your drawer collecting dust, like Stevie Ray Vaughan's 25 best licks, you can dust them off and you'll be able to play this stuff. You're going to understand what he's doing, how he's doing it. And if you want to make variations on what Stevie Ray's doing, you'll be able to do that. Okay, one more idea. Really simple. I call it multiple notes. Now, we can do this on one of the notes like this. On the very last note, I hit it a few times, okay? Or I could do it. Just, it's hitting a note more than once. Or you can use the idea of multiple on another lick. Maybe a slide, you'll do several slides. So all of these different ideas, I'm going to give you several licks on another video that we're going to take each original lick 1, original lick 2, original lick 3, and then we're going to make variations using these ideas. This is just an extremely powerful technique to teach you how to create. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to end with a little backing track and play on the top 2 strings to where you can hear some of these ideas. Now I'm going to add a couple bends, which adds a note to the actual 4 notes we were talking about, a couple notes to that. Later on we'll look into the bending, we'll look into the vibrato, but I want you to hear how you can make up solos just on 2 strings and it just sounds fantastic. Later on we'll work on speed and having that kind of contrast. I do want to mention I'm not set up to really record. It's probably going to have a pretty bad sound and it's going to have a phased sound, but I want you to hear as best as it can sound, what it should sound like. Here we go. That's basically the first lick I did with a slide. Little slide off. What about a little multiple note with a slide? Long note with a couple multiple notes. Hope to see y'all on the next video. Thank you.